Hello. I know my last couple things have been basically just updates, and I do have more stuff to actually update on, but I'll probably get to that at some other time. This time I actually wanted this one to be another topic-based blog, and this one has been one I've been wanting to talk about for the last couple days. I don't know, I've been really reluctant just because I'm not really sure if that's what I really want to say. That, and I kind of figured this is kind of a big one, so it'll probably take me more than one video to get out everything, so I might just come back at some later point with like a part 2 to this, something along those lines. But yeah, I wanted this topic to be about love. Now, for starters, I guess, what I really wanted to do, I guess, with this was just to give how I see it. And this kind of goes in hand with something else that I've been thinking about how I've changed over actually a rather short period of time, in the eyes of all the people that know me, and I kind of feel like they all view me as cold, maybe. Like, I've just grown into maybe not a numb person, but someone who doesn't respond as colorfully as I probably should or used to. Alright, now with love, though, now see, I'm going to try and say this now. I don't do anything intentionally for it to be cold. Like, I don't actually intend for anything to be portrayed in a negative way about myself. I don't want to make myself seem a certain way other than how I am. So I'm going to try to say this in the best way that I can without making it seem like, I don't know, bad, I guess. To me, I guess it would seem bad if I were to hear someone talking like this. But understand that it's difficult to communicate how I feel about certain things because actually it's really difficult for me to communicate outwardly how I feel about a lot of things just because I can't accurately say what I'm feeling because my mouth can only do so much, you know. It's sort of one of those things where it's a language barrier between how I am on the inside and how it can translate to what's outside. Effectively, that just means how people take in what I can put out. And because not because the people I'm talking to aren't me, they can't get really what I'm saying. Even when I talk to myself, I don't really understand what I'm saying, but because I'm saying it, I understand things better when I don't say them. If you can understand what that means. Like, so when it's in my head, it makes sense. When it comes out, it doesn't because the language barrier. Not so much just because of English as much as it's just from thoughts to sound, I guess. But alright, with love, it's basically, and I say basically like this is just me trying to put it in the simplest terms that I can with how I see it. It's kind of like how I've noticed people view God and that whole issue. I call it issue because it's still a rather hot topic, and I'll probably get to that some other time. Um, but I feel like love, I guess this would be like my response to someone asking me, do you believe in love? And I guess I would have to say, personally, the way I see it, it cannot exist on its own. It's not an innate thing. I don't believe love is a natural thing. Now, people will say, give examples from like animals and how they behave and stuff. Well, I guess what I mean when I say innate, like I don't think it's innate, is I don't think it can exist without it being thought of first. Like, things like emotions only become more complicated when you give them names, to tell you the truth. Emotions and thoughts are a lot simpler when you can just take them for what they are, just feelings and so forth. When you start giving them names, that just makes it unnecessary, I think. Love is most certainly one of those things. Um, Science likes to think they can break it down into a bunch of different categories. It makes sense, I guess, whatever makes it easier for you, but truth be told, I think they're just I think they're just trying too hard, honestly. And they're making it too complicated. Love is love. It's there if you believe it's there. That's the only way I think it'll exist. It'll only exist if you think it will. Um, Now, I've heard a similar argument to this in regards to light, like just light, the energy light. The question was something along the lines of, would light still exist if they had nothing to reflect off of? And analogous to the whole love thing, it's like, well, could love still exist if no one was there to feel it? Well, no, I don't think that works as an analogy. Like someone was using that in defense of love. They're saying it's like, oh well, light will still exist if it has nothing to reflect off of. Therefore, love will still exist because that's how it is. And it's like, no, I don't think that's how it is at all. I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm right, but I'm just that this is me. But okay, light is energy. It'll be there whether or not it has something to reflect off of or not. It can exist in a vacuum. It just probably won't be called light at that point. What we call light is, what we see reflecting off of things. But the energy that is the nexus of what we call light will still be there. It just won't have anything to show itself to us with. But love, I think, needs something. It can't be self-substantiating. Now, I guess probably the next thing that people might be asking, I haven't been asked this, would probably be something along the lines of like, well, how are you coming to these conclusions? I think these honestly all come to me from just spending too much time in my own head. A lot of my ideas come from that, actually, good or bad. But I mean, I don't have a negative outlook on love, but there's a couple too many buts in there. But I think I say but whenever I want to start a sentence. I think just because that's what I'm used to. Again, with the whole speech thing, I'm not big on talking, so I don't really know what to say correctly when I want to actually speak. I'm really good at writing, from what I'm told. But spoken language is something I need to work on. Anyways, the love thing. It just sort of comes to me as my constant misunderstandings of it, and I say misunderstanding. Now, when I say misunderstanding, I guess that implies that there is a right, and I keep on getting it wrong. I don't think that's it. I think it's just because my understanding of it and the understanding of it of other people around me, including my family and friends, it just keeps getting mistranslated. Now, you can ask me, it's like, well, do you love your family? Yes, I love my family. And yes, I'll agree that there's different kinds of love, but I think that in itself is another language barrier thing. It would just make it too complicated to try and discuss and break apart. Just understand that you feel attracted to things in different ways. That's all you need to know. But yeah, I love my family. And when I say I love you to my mom or my dad or anybody, it's reflexive, though. Like, when I say it, I don't feel it. I just say it to say it. It's like when you say hello. But I do feel it when it's not being spoken. It's just sort of one of those... it almost seems nonsensical to say one of those things, but my family's really done me no wrong. I'm still alive, and I'm living under their roof, and they've raised me, and I love them for that. That's all I can say with that. But again, I think it was coming from, if something hadn't been there for me to generate that sensation from, whether it be time spent with them or just them being there, love wouldn't exist there. Now, see, I'm already kind of running out of time. I try to keep these videos to like YouTube time, but yeah, I'll probably I think you can already see it. I'll probably get to another video of this somewhere. I think I got my main ideas across though. But yeah, I just kind of feel like it's not an innate thing. It's not a naturally occurring phenomena. It is only there because we've made it so. Now that sounds cold and sort of a bland way to look at it, but that's how I see it. And again, not claiming to be right or wrong or whatever, it's just, this is how I see things. And I'll probably come back later with some more specifications on different kinds of love and stuff. And well, next time I might have some updates and stuff, so yeah, this is one.